In life, most people believe that success comes from one big decision, one lucky break, or one dramatic moment. But the truth is far quieter and much more uncomfortable. Success, or failure, is built slowly, silently, through habits. Small choices, repeated daily, shape destinies far more than grand promises ever do. Have you ever asked yourself, if I repeat today's routine for the next 5 years, where will I end up? It's a question many avoid, because deep down they know the answer. That is why today's story is so important. It's not just a story, it's a mirror. Once upon a time, in a quiet town, lived two boys, Adam and James. They were childhood friends who sat in the same classroom, played on the same field, and dreamed the same dreams. Both wanted to have better lives than what they had been born into. Their families were modest, their opportunities limited, but both Adam and James believed they could become more. Yet while their dreams were alike, their habits were not. Adam always postponed work. He told himself, "I'll study harder tomorrow. I'll wake up earlier next week. One day, I'll get serious." He had the fire of motivation, but it burned short and fast. And once it faded, procrastination filled the empty space. James, though quieter, lived differently. He built small rituals. Each morning, he made his bed, read just a few pages from a book, and wrote down one goal for the day. He practiced gratitude at night, writing a short note of something he had learned. His habits were so modest that they were almost invisible, but James repeated them without fail. At school, classmates praised Adam. He was clever, quick with jokes, and full of bursts of brilliance. James was seen as boring, perhaps too ordinary. After all, who gets excited about someone who simply studies at the same hour every day? But slowly, the difference began to grow. Years passed. When Adam entered university, distractions multiplied. With endless parties, late nights, and new freedom, his "I'll do it tomorrow" mantra became his lifestyle. His assignments were done last minute, his exams crammed for in panic. While he scraped by, his confidence slowly eroded. He still dreamed of being successful, but each year, tomorrow pushed further away. James faced the same temptations, but habits became his anchor. When others partied late every night, James still woke early. When others scrolled endlessly, James read steadily. The difference wasn't huge in a single day, it was invisible, and that was the trap. Even Adam thought he was not falling behind. One morning, near the end of university, a major opportunity appeared. A company held open interviews to select a few bright students for paid internships. For many, this was the first step toward a real career. Adam, fired with temporary motivation, promised himself he would prepare. But preparation meant he had to change years of careless routine in only a week. He stayed up late reading, rushed through notes, and tried to memorize definitions he never practiced. By the day of the interview, he was exhausted. James didn't need a last-minute transformation. His daily reading habit had given him knowledge. His daily goal writing had trained him to think in order. His consistency had built a calm confidence. He walked in grounded and ready. The results were announced a week later. Adam, despite his quick bursts of brilliance, failed. James, steady and quiet, was chosen. When Adam heard, he was shocked. "But you were never smarter than me. You were never more talented." "How did they choose you?" James answered simply, "Because our future is decided long before the test arrives. Your habits brought you here. Mine brought me there." Adam lowered his head. He suddenly saw the invisible truth. His future wasn't shaped on interview day. It had been decided hundreds of small mornings before. Procrastination had written his result long before the final exam. That day, Adam felt the weight of regret, not because of bad luck, not because of unfairness, but because of his own habits. This story teaches us that destiny is not built on one moment. It is shaped by repeated small moments. When you scroll aimlessly each night, you don't notice damage, but years later, you realize what you lost. When you study a little daily, you don't feel powerful, but years later, knowledge becomes your strength. Habits are invisible builders. They either build castles or they dig graves. Think about it. A runner who trains 10 minutes daily will outrun someone who trains 1 hour only once a month. A writer who writes 1 page daily will finish a book, while another who waits for inspiration may never begin. A student who studies every night calmly will outscore one who panics in the last week. Motivation is a firework, beautiful, temporary, and gone. Discipline is the sun. It rises every day, whether you feel like it or not. So how can you change your future? Start small. Anchor your mornings. Pick one habit that moves you forward. It could be reading, writing, or planning. Do it daily, no matter how small. Second, replace instead of erase. When you break a bad habit, fill its space with a better one. Third, ask yourself each night, if I repeat today for 5 more years, where will I be? If you dislike the answer, change your actions tomorrow. Adam's story is a warning. James's story is a guide. Together, they whisper the truth. It is not dreams that quietly decide your future. It is habits. So tomorrow morning, when you face the small choice between doing what is easy and doing what is necessary, remember, your habits are choosing on your behalf. Choose with care. If this story touched your heart, share it so others can see how important daily habits are. Subscribe to Tales of Light for more fables that shine a path before you. Until next time, stay patient, stay consistent, and keep moving forward.